that in last 25 years has changed my marriage got changed, but my mobile number has not changed. So I am of that kind. I was just around 18 or 19 when my sister was getting married. I just went and told that, Soumitra, if you are there, it would be very good. Maybe my dad will not be present, so if you can make it. So there was no celebrity in that occasion, like kind of a celebrity. But he was there. I was doing a television show where me and Rachana, we were the host, and the show concept was to find out the best couple. My first dialogue on camera was, I don't know how this thing happened, even after divorcing divorce and getting third marriage. I always said in our time, Taposh and Debashree was the finest actor we have in our Bengali cinema, where I played 180 years character. So मेरे को सब लोग बोला कि इसके बाद nobody will take you as a hero. Can't act like Prosenjit. I'm bet. So how do I do a politics? I'm not a politician here. He used to always tell me, if you don't want to see my film, don't watch. You should always watch Dilip Kumar and Uttam Kumar. I will not do something for my son to launch him or to do something. I can guide him. That is his hard work and his destiny he has to do. He used to give shots inside the fire. I still have this scar here and here for emotion. I broke the glass. There was no CG, no green mat.
There are actors and there's him. To call him a legend would be an understatement, but he's been in the business for over 50 years now. He started as a child artist, of course, in a film with Rishikesh Mukherjee, and then he straddled the world of commerce and art. You have Kaushik Ganguly and Shiboshish and Nandita and Srijit Mukherjee on one side, and you have Rituparna Ghosh and Buddhadev Dasgupta on the other. So he's literally straddled the world of commerce and art with easy facility. Needless to add that he's a fine actor. There was the Mahanayak in Calcutta called Uttam Kumar, and I am sitting in front of yet another legend called Prosenjit. Thank you, sir. It's a privilege to chat
Thank you so
with
much.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's wonderful talking to you. It's been a long due.
Yes, sir. My first question to you is, what would you tell a younger Vishwajit's son today? You started at the age of 6. You were a child artist. What would you tell that Bumba today?
Yeah, people call me mostly in my nickname. In fact, in Calcutta now, it has started in Bombay also. Hardly people call me Prosenjit. So, anyways, and I'm blessed in that way. My first film when I was six and a half was Chottu Jiggasha, which was of course produced by my dad.
Yeah.
And it was directed by late Rishikesh Mukherjee. And but honestly speaking, that time that Bumba, I think he have not thought of also that he's going to come to the industry or will be becoming a hero. Because for me, that Chottu Jiggasha journey was more of a, there was a term I used to say that chalo shooting khelbo, matlab shooting khelna hai mere ko. So that is the age where this Bumba started. But one fine morning, I think this Bumba or Prosenjit had suddenly realized that I need to build my own image, my own theory, my own thoughts. And that was also very early when I was around 18, 19, because as a hero also I started Duti Bata and I was hardly 19 and that film was a big hit. So I think that small Bumba, I believe, had told this Bumba or Prosenjit that वो बचपन में जो खेलना था वो खेल लिया, बड़ा हो गया तो अभी बड़ा फील्ड बहुत बड़ा है, अभी आपको खेलना है, बॉल तेरे पैर पे है, गोल देना है, फोकस करना है, वो सिखा दिया था मेरे को. That little young boy taught this Prosenjit or Bumba to create that go. You were talking about Uttam Jethu. I mean, we say Jethu only because so I was blessed. Yeah, I mean, hardly people know that there was a film called Dui Prithvi in his last phase. So one fine morning, that time mobile and all was not there, and I was around 15 max. So one fine morning, he called my mom and said, "Ke hey, just Bumba को भेज दो, मैं स्टूडियो पे हूँ, फोन पे." I went. I was not ready. I mean, I was not thinking that I'm going to join films or something. So he told me that I'm doing a film where I'm doing a very elderly role, but I have a love story which is very young, like teenagers. So you will do that. So in that case, I always say I never knew that he's going to, leave us so early, Uttam Jethu. But I think that was a huge blessing for me. Playing Uttam Kumar as I've played my father, but playing Uttam Kumar's team and Benu auntie, of course, Shupri auntie, she started fighting with Uttam Jethu. You found Prosenjit, Bumba is so good looking as you're young. Who will do my young? So, but now when I see that film or the scenes, I realize that it's nobody's, that's God. It's magic. That at least I got a scope to do that legend. I mean, that will never change.
Do you remember any kind of conversations, like any kind of advice or something that Uttam Kumar said that stayed with you?
He was starting a film with me and Shoma. I mean, Benu auntie's daughter. We were into teens that time. And he was directing that film. He had the photo shoot. His script was on. And Soumitra was supposed to do double role in that. A good man and a bad man. It was a thriller with a young boy and a girl. We did photo shoot. He was present with me. So I had an opportunity to be more like his, because my father, Uttam Jethu, they were like brothers, The younger brother, Buro Jethu, I mean, Torun Kumar was my dad's best friend. So that's the way he started his career. Uttam Kumar really didn't do My Amigo, and that was my father's first film as a hero.
Wow.
So it's like family connected. But I was blessed that he was starting, but unfortunately he suddenly left us. So I have a lot of memories. I mean, my Uttam Jethu, had seen him, like when I was doing dubbing and all, he used to come and sit. Shushin Mujumdar used to come and sit.
Wow.
The makers, So
Yeah.
in a way, I'm blessed that I at least got that touch with these people.
Let's talk about those times. I mean, I'm sure your dad must have told you wonderful stories, but I mean, you worked with Rishikesh Mukherjee as a child star. You may have not recalled a lot of stuff then, but what was the ambience of Kolkata in the 60s like? And a lot of our actors, whether it is Shamla Tagore or Rakhee ji, they all came from there to, and there was so much traffic. Like Moushumi ji, Uttam Kumar came and did so many films in Bombay, and there was this constant synergy between Bombay and Calcutta. So you grew up in the midst of all these big stars. Can you just recall, take us through those years?
Yeah, those were beautiful memories, because I think first of all, I must say that today party shati, whatever happens, it happens in a big event kind of a thing, or into a 5-star hotel. I'm sure you know also that time, whether it is in Calcutta or whether it is in Bombay, I still remember 14th December was my father's birthday, and it's the same day as Raj Kapoor ji's. So they used to talk and say कि ये साल तू 14 तारीख करेगा, मैं 15 करूंगा पार्टी. और so this connected, I'm saying connecting actors, like I'll tell you Madhabi auntie. I mean, Madhabi Mukherjee, everybody knows, the Charulata.
Yeah.
So if you talk to her till now, she doesn't think that I'm a star or whatever, because she always tells, this is my first somebody had called me mother, ma. I was a person, and she took me to a place. That time she was not married. She didn't get her, children and all.
Okay.
So in that way, Madhabi Auntie's first son, she believes that it's me. She tells me that only.
She played your mother in a film.
Chotto Jigasha.
In Chotto Jigasha. Okay.
So she took me that I should tell her ma. So I have been really blessed in that way that I have, like, if you see Moushumi and even Rakhee auntie. I mean, I know Rakhee auntie from a very, very long time. I mean, so same with Moushumi auntie, because Moushumi is with the journey of Tarun Majumdar.
Yeah,
And my my mother, my dad, they used to say uncle and, you know, Bishu Kaku kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I know these people in a very different way. I mean, till now, if you see pictures of mine with Rakhee auntie or with Moushumi or with somebody like Madhavi, you will see the warmth. They will not hold me like a star. They will hold me like a bacha. So I think, and what I had seen, there was no vanity concept, right? It was not with us also. So this sitting in a big makeup room with all stars, big stars I'm talking about, actors, they all used to sit in one makeup room. Kela patta hota na, kela pata. So in that, the food is to be served. That, I think that is the connectivity we sometimes miss. You know, that also helps you to produce something. Even with the technicians, I personally have a very strong feeling that you have to be connected with the technicians. Till now, after even doing so much of work, I will not go inside my vanity van. Believe me, I'm not joking. I will go where the chai vai banata hai na subah. I'll go and ask him, मेरे को वो एक चाय दो, दूध वाली चाय, which I don't drink. I'll sit with them. I will have a half an hour chat with them. I will have that tea, which I used to take earlier, maybe 40 years back. I will have that tea, then I will go to my vanity van. And once I'm ready, I'll come and sit with them. Because I think what we miss nowadays is that emotional connect between people. Whatever we are trying to do is a creation. We are creating a magic. How can this magic? It's just not actors can't do it. Or just a director can't do it. Even a light man who is holding a light can is equally important for cinema. So my connection with this technicians and my co-actors and of course directors, others, it's like more like a family because I've seen this. My father used to spend maximum time of Saturdays in Uttam Kummar's place. It was like regular, though he used to travel a lot. He was in Bombay, Calcutta. But whenever he's in Calcutta, it's like Saturday, Dadar Badi Jabo. We'll go to Dada's place. So the emotional bonding which I sometimes I miss nowadays. We became very individuals, which is good maybe, but I personally believe that we can be individuals, but when it's a collective art, we have to have that. It's just like players. We have to have that connectivity and emotional bonding between us.
You know, you worked with so many
Soumitra Kaku, you know what kind of a relation I had. Apno told you.
Of course, of course.
In his Mayurakhi, believe me, he was not keeping so well that time. And
What a
that
film.
man,
Guys, you must watch him in Moyuraki and Shesh Pata. If you haven't seen it, you've missed something. So if you all are all fans of Indian cinema, you must watch Bumbada in these two really iconic and path-breaking films because he's absolutely seamless, you know, shown off any mannerism, shown off stardom, the way he inhabits that role. Those two roles are, I mean, of course, there is Boyshe Shraban and there is Autograph and all of his films, but these two films I would particularly recommend you to watch, Sheshpata and Moyurakhi. Yes, sorry for...
Thank you. No, I'm saying that Soumitra Kaku, I mean Soumitra Chatterjee, there are so much of incident with me, like, you know, that man, I'll just tell you the example, what is the relation I had. Even I'm not there, he will call to me, to my wife, saying that, you know, my plumber is not coming from last 2 days. Can you send me a plumber? So he feels that it is his place, it's his son. उनके घर पे बोल रहा हूँ कि plumber नहीं आ रहा, plumber भेजो. So this man, when he was shooting for Moyurakhi, I used to tell Otunu, whatever is Soumitra Kaku's call time, whenever he's coming, let me know. I don't have my scenes. I used to go early. I used to receive him from the car, take him into the room, make him feel comfortable, and whenever he was giving shot, I used to sit. And even I'm packed up, like mera scene nahi hai, it's packing, pack up. I used to wait till Soumitra was done. I used to take him in the car, leave every day. So that chemistry, again, why I'm coming into that, that father-son chemistry been reflected in that film.
Beautiful.
And it is a journey of my age, because me and Soumitra Babu's son is just 3 days plus minus. He was 27th September and I was 30th September. He used to always. So that feeling, what I'm trying to say, that powder scene was not in the script. Believe me, it was not in the script. I just, on the moment I told Otto, can we do something where I think son and father has to have a physical touch? That scene became a magical scene. So I think this Soumitra Babu and all, I mean, for them, I was never been a Prosenjit star. Believe me.
Is there some memory with Soumitra Chatterjee where he has told you something that has stayed with you?
Two things I must say, which I have told, that I was very young. Not young, I'll say I was just around 19, 18 or 19 when my sister was getting married. I just went and told that, Soumitra, if you are there, it could be good. Maybe my dad will not be present, so if you can make it. So there was no celebrity in that occasion, like kind of a celebrity. But he was there. And he was there throughout, and I never forgot that. I mean, that was a very tender age of mine. And I will never forget one thing, I'll tell you, after Autograph got released. Of course, Soumitra Kaku has worked with me in a lot of films. Kaam kiya. That time I was very, those dancing, fighting, action hero. After Autograph, one day I was shooting or something I was doing, I don't know. So Soumitra Kaku, I mean, she called me and said, Baba wants to talk to you. So, you know, I'm saying till now. I mean, whenever I receive a phone call from these people, I get a little nervous. If someone will come and tell me, ki, Mr. Bachchan wants to talk to you, I will become a little nervous because I got grown up seeing these people. So it's like some master school headmasters are calling kind of a thing. So I said, oh, Soumitra Kaku wants to talk to me? Okay, give me. He didn't say much. He just said, you know, I'd seen your autograph right now. Apollo told Bumba had done something very different. So I think now you are taking your, and that he's talking about after my 25, 30 years of age. You are taking your career seriously. Please keep it up because you are so good in the film. I think I got my Oscar. Same way the Mrinal Jetu told me after Moner Manush, Lal and Fakir, that you are an international actor. I got my Oscar. If Soumitra Chatterjee or Mrinal Sen kind of a people, they see my work and they call, they will never call anybody. That I know. They will call and tell me that now you are taking the career seriously. So, like, I was in tears. I never expected Soumitra Babu will watch my film and will tell me something. So, you know, that these are the very small thing has kept me moving. Like, acha, autograph, then I can do a Baishya then I can take. So, because they are my, I always say these people are my books, chapters. I try to follow them. So many people told once I was doing this Moner Manush Lalon, where I played 180 years character. तो मेरे को सब लोग बोला कि इसके बाद nobody will take you as a hero. And that too also 15 years back I'm talking about. I shaved my forehead from here to here. But yeah, I'm doing. Nothing has changed, and that's one of the, I think, one of the best film in my career. So I think these people have always, in their own way, I learned and I took challenges. If Soumitra can do it, I can do it. If Mr. Bachchan has done it, I can do it. If Uttam Kumar has done it, I can do it. If Kamal sir is doing this, I can do it. So they are my, I will say, they have given me the challenges. And somewhere I feel that I can do it. I should do it. The power. देखिए एक चीज तो है इंटरनेशनल एक्टर्स देयर आर ग्रेट एक्टर्स रॉबर्ट डे नीरो एल पचिनो देयर आर ग्रेट एक्टर्स बट आई ऑलवेज से And always I believe their socio system and economy is not like our Indian actors. So let me start learning from my Indian actors, celebrity, star actors, whoever. Because our economy, our system, our social system is very different. They can take time and do a film in 4 years' time.
We can't.
We can't. So we have to follow our Indian bestest actors. It can be Sanjeev Kumar, Naseeruddin Shah, it can be Uttam Kumar, Soumitra Chatterjee or Kamal sir. So for me, they are my
Gurus.
chapters, not gurus, chapters. Believe me, sometime now every time when you are running in a top level, gear top levels, and suddenly na you get a break, and you will suddenly say that your gear had come to 1, maybe 0. Again, I have to take from 0 to 1. That time, this chapter helped me. Because I believe that Indian history में जो भी star बना या तो actor बना, whatever, I don't believe in this stardom and this. I mean, I somehow don't believe in all this. Yeah, you're an actor. So, but everybody has a time, good time, bad time, good time, bad time, and in a different economy, in different places, in different ambience. How they fought back. For me, those are my chapters, and that I think many of them knows. When my book also came, it was dedicated to Amit ji and
Amit ji wrote the preface.
yeah.
No?
So Amit ji and Soumitra Babu. So because I know what kind of a fight they have done. Even my dad also.
Yeah.
So I believe that fight is very important in life.
How did you I'll come back to your dad later, but how did you, like, you were doing Choker Bhali and you were doing Ram Lakhan at one point. You were doing Utsav and you were doing Sasurbari. I think you were doing like crazy commercial films and you were doing this absolutely middle of the road cinema. So was it a schizophrenic existence that you're bashing, dancing, singing and doing all kinds of song and dance sequence, and suddenly you come and do a doshor or you come and do an utsav where you're this completely calm and collected person? So is it like a schizophrenic existence? And you're working with Rituparna Ghosh and you're working with, say, Horanath Chakravarti and you're working with
So sweet,
you know,
everything about Bengali.
so and you've done, like, with even Mr. Chakravarti, you've done 10, 20, so many films.
I mean, I think after a long time, Satabdi's film got released.
Yeah.
She did a film after a long time.
Yeah.
2009 or 8, she had done a film. Then I used to always say, whatever you're doing, politics and all you do, but because her first film was with me.
With you.
So suddenly, 50 films with Ritu,
Yeah.
My fans, they came out with the exact years. And I found I had done 46 films with Satabdi. So it is 50 films with Ritu, 46 films with Satabdi. Around, if I'm not mistaken, I will be like with Rochon at least 35 to 40. So these are my lines of my heroines. So what?
You all were like the Dharam Hema pair of the.
I don't know what, but yeah, people have Satabdi also. I was expecting it is around 30, 35. They came out with 46 years. So from Atonko, Tapan Sinha's.
Yes.
So now, what you are saying is, it's now very easy to say that how I did it. But at that point of time, I'll tell you how Utsav happened. Ritu was a very close friend of mine. He suddenly came to technician studio, and that time we didn't have vanity van and all. So there was to be a small place paid. Well, I'm trying to tell you all this because that was our sitting arrangement.
Beautiful.
So the big tree, there was a small. So he came and said, "I want to do a small telefilm for Didi, and I want you and Ritu to act." I said, "Okay, I'll do it, but why you want to do it for Didi?" I don't have money, and my producer doesn't have money. I called the producer and said, "What is your problem?" No, I don't have money. It's a Didi film. I said, "Okay, you do in Super 16." And that time, me and Ritu was like very successful commercial hero heroine. I said, even one person we are going to add, right? We are not going to take money, but make it a feature film. If you don't have money, don't take raw stock 35 and all. Go it for Super 16. I had a technical meet. So why I'm telling it, from my, you're talking about directors like Rituparna Ghosh or Gautam Da or Buddhadev Da. I had worked with a director called Bappaditto Houseful. You must watch it. There was a film called Clerk when I used to do 3-4 shift commercial film. He was a teacher in SRFTI, and the film didn't have any actor, one actor, 2 hours film, one room, one actor, candles.
Houseful.
That's the director's role. Another one is clerk.
Okay, clerk.
So this experiment I did when I used to do that typical mainstream commercial cinema. I don't know why, there is no reason, but I always thought that's kind of a, you will say, kick for me until today. If somebody, a new person who doesn't know anything about Prosenjit Chatterjee, watches something and becomes my fan, I'm blessed. Every day I want at least 1% to. So my feeling was that I'm getting everything in Calcutta, mainstream, all fine. But when I hear that there's films are going in international festivals, they're going here, there, people are getting recognized. Why can't I do something like that where I will be also recognized as an actor in those areas? So I went on trying. But after a long time, especially after Doshor, one day Ritu came and told me, you know, people in the festival, they're asking about you, taking your name. You have been recognized as an Indian actor in all important festivals. I said, so why I'm trying? I didn't do anything in a very, like, there was no thought process. In our time, there was nobody to help us. You know, those managers or somebody who's helping you. Even we never had costume designers. Nothing was with us. Only the technicians, makeup man, those are our team. Whatever we did from our heart. कि ये करना है, चलो होगा अच्छा होगा नहीं तो. So I think that was a result of Chokerbali and Ram Lakhon. Both the film in the same year, which ran for 50, that was a huge commercial success. Ram Lakhon and Chokerbali was a game changer. Now people talk about Pan India. Let me come to that point. People talk about Pan India, and I've been hearing it for a long time. And I believe it's a very good time for.
But you are a pan India star.
I am, and I believe it. And because this Pan India thing, I want to tell it in your show. That's the reason I'm trying to say. I respect two directors. One is, of course, my friend Rituparna Ghosh, who left us, and one is Manish sir. I think long back, these two people had made two films called Chokerbali and Roja, and they just did two pure feature films. Was been watched by all India people. Now we are giving a name of Pan India. Roja ke time pe kahan Pan India tha?
Yeah.
But I still remember I was doing my Purushottam's re-recording in Chennai. I watched matinee show, evening show, night show. Manish sir knows about it. I'm a huge fan. I took VHS cassette and gave it to Sri Tarun Majumdar. Ki sir, a young director, just see what kind of a work. So I am basically mad for cinema. Whether it is Tamil, Telugu, Malayali, Gujarati, Marathi, anything. Anywhere in India, anything good is happening, it's my duty to know. I see in that way. It's my duty to nurture that. It's my duty to understand how the cinematic language is changing, how the dialogues are changing, how the makings are changing. So I think this was my kind of a journey which I really want to do till my end.
Did it bother you? I mean, you were this superstar of the 70s, 80s. Did it bother you when the critics said you had mannerisms or you were not doing, you should do more? Though I think you've done a lot of mainstream and mid road cinema. But did it bother you when the critics attacked you for only doing song and dance and all kinds of criticism?
I to say that those critics, I give my salute and love to them and gratitude. Because of their criticism, I could do a doshor, I could do a challenge, take a challenge to do a Chokarbali, I take a challenge to do a Lalon Fakir, and I took the challenge after autograph by Shishravu. So I changed my entire But they were the people. People always say that actors or stars, they have some. I said, okay, sometime I can understand. Nobody, after working around 400 films, no journalist can stand and say that Bumba had a, even for a 5 minutes kind of a fight or misunderstanding. Because I always say it is your duty to do and tell me that what I have done wrong. If it is okay, I will take it and I will try to rectify in the next film. So for me, 70% journalists who have been very senior now have always helped me. But this is what you're saying is my problem was different because of my dad. I used to look like my father. My voice was like my father. I used to smile like my father. That they used to write. Now my point is I can't change my whatever I have, that's genetic.
They didn't accuse of nepotism then.
No, because they know that it was not there with me for me.
Yeah,
So I played
We'll
one
come
scene.
back to that journey.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I that was a big challenge, that how can I come out from my that thing and create my own brand so that my next generation will copy me. People should nowadays there are a lot of hero people say they're walking like Prosenjit, they're fighting like Prosenjit, they're talking like Prosenjit. So that was a huge journey for me because something which I have, like Sunny, whatever he does, he looks like Dharamji, right? So it is genetic. I can't change that my look or my voice. But I really took it very seriously that I should not remain just a lover boy. I should do my action. Then when action started, then I should do some different kind of a cinema. I should do some meaningful cinema because my first film was with with Tapan Sinha. So, and I strongly believe it is just a myth saying that these actors are mainstream actors. I'll tell you one film's name. Hardly people know. We always talk about Amit Ji's Diwar. Nobody is bigger so-called star. We have been watching his film First Day, First Show types. How many people know about a film called Alap? Hardly people know. But see Alap, you will feel that it's today's film.
Outstanding.
So my entire journey is that if Amitabh Bachchan at that point of time, when even people are not hearing him, people are cheering. That man come out and do, and he's not doing a black. He was absolutely that angry. If he can do Alap, then why will I not take that risk to do something else? If
Alap came around the time.
Uttam Jethu.
Yeah.
Uttam Jethu did that Sare Chuattor, or a romantic hero doing a Bicharok, where he's an anti, he's a killer. He was at the top of his romantic image. How could he do a Bicharok? So for me, those things are like how Kamal Hassan can do a Sankaravaranam, classical master
Sagara
Sangma. So all those films have always been like they could do it, why I will not try to do it? And for me, I always believe you have to take a risk. You have to stand always in the edge. The day I will think I am sorted, then I think for me, everything gets stopped. I have to be always in the edge till my last breath. Every inch I have to take risk. Everywhere I have to stand in the edge. If you are comfortable zone, then your mind gets, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to come to any comfortable zone.
You even played Uttam Kumar in the mini series on his life on my Mahana.
Kind of.
At that time, they said, "Oh, you should not do television. Your stardom. It affects your stardom." Did you get all those kind of?
No, it was first of all not Uttam Kumar, but they wanted to do a show which is a star-dominated, kind of an Nayok or autograph. But they wanted to show that the way we did Jubilee, that aura. But yes, and in fact, my relation with Uttam Jethu's family is, that it's just like family relation. So I took the permission basically. So no, I think television You're talking about Nayak was recently. I'm talking about there's a show. There was a show called Shishenduda Kagojer Bo. I was around 25, 28. I did a show with Indrani Haldar's first and with Benuda, matlab Shobhu Shachida. There was a television small serial called Kagojer Bo, written by Shishenduda.
Okay.
I'm talking about the time when I'm doing absolutely romantic star hero. It didn't affect me. That also I learned from Soumitra Chatterjee and Amitabh Bachchan. If this man can do radio, television, ads, theaters, so how? My point is, whatever you're doing, try to give your best. Amiji also did. Ajay also did OTT. So every technology is changing. You have to be with it. And Shahrukh is the biggest star. Started from television. So you just can't say this is right. Whatever you're doing should be right.
Also you have people who have seen.
I've done a lot of experiment. I'm very sorry to say, but I've done a lot of experiment.
It's a good thing, you don't have to be sorry. But also, it's interesting. People who saw your films have now become grandmothers and mothers. And also, technology, you were a like you said, you did the cinema scope, you did the normal cinema, you moved to digital, you've gone to Twitter, you've seen Instagram, you've straddled several generations. What is it that you like about the changes in technology, and what is this that you don't like about so many changes over the last 50 years?
The first thing which I miss is the smell of that raw stock, that camera sound. That camera used to have a sound, that sound. I miss the smell of the when I go to lab or editing or in this set also. The raw stock used to have a smell. That I miss, just like my tea I was telling you. Because we grew up with that. And I think in Kolkata, I don't know, I have to find it out, but I think I am blessed that I am an actor who had started doing my dubbing in loop. People will never know about what is loop. So loop dubbing
They keep
is
changing the
keep changing, and all the actors together has to stand in front of mic and dub that particular scenes, shots. So that I started, which was black and white. Then came rock and roll. It was a new technology, but where you can जहाँ पे गलती होता है वहाँ से आप start कर सकते हो. So that was the second phase. Then of course the digitization, the way now we
sync
sound, and so I had it's a learning process for me. I think I have been enjoying, because I personally am a person who always believe that for cinema or for anything, but cinema mostly because we're talking about cinema, technology plays a big role. So you have to take the advantage of the technology. But technology should not, I'll say, technology should not dictate the emotion of the, sometime what I see, because of technology, even in our film also, sometimes we miss the soul. Because as a maker, I'm thinking I'm showing the world something people had not seen. That is possible because of the technology. You see, when I did Amar Shangi or Dharamji did Ma or Mr. That time fire, matlab fire hota tha. We used to give shots inside the fire. I still have this scar here and here for Amar Shangi. I broke the glass. There was no CG, no green mat. Nowadays, audience knows what we are doing is in green. They only tell this is CG shot, graphic shots. So, but I say we should improvise. There are a lot of actors get better, We have taken a lot of risk that time. We used to take. So but I think sometime what I see, because of the technology, you miss the soul or heart of the film. That's my, I will say I'm concerned about it. Sometimes it happens. But I completely agree and I completely go with the technology because in Bengali at least, when we were doing autograph, people used to say in the industry that they are mad, they are doing a film in the television camera because that was red. It was the first Bengali film we shot in red. Same 25 years back when SVF, Prosenjit Chatterjee, Horanath Chakraborty did the film called Sasurbari Zindabad. It was the officially first cinemascope film. People used to say they are mad. We don't have a scope cinema hall in West Bengal. We don't have those lenses. But when we did Sasurbari Zindabad, the entire economy of Bengali cinema had changed. So I've been very lucky to be part of this new thing coming. And I can assure you that first Bengali film for the poster photo shoot we have introduced. So I always say that we should move. I was in Prasad. Prasadji knows to know that time that the CG things have started. Wire, how to remove. I went there to learn being an actor. Then I brought it and I told Horo that let's do Pratibha in the same way. Cannon blasting. So technology we have to know. We have to appreciate. And but I think what sometime I'm like I think we miss in some cinema, not all, we miss the soul. That should not dominate us.
Yeah. Whenever I go to Calcutta, everybody says, this is the lowest phase of Bengali cinema. There's nothing, the content has really absolutely hit rock bottom. There was a time when Bengali cinema was really respected, revered, and now it's completely. Would you say it's a fair analysis of the Bengali Kolkata film industry currently?
I will completely deny this. I think it's if you see nationally, I'm not talking worldwide, I'm talking nationally. Our Bengali cinema success percentage is much higher than any other regional. Maybe not the amount, I'm talking about the growth. And if you see the quality of cinema, at least from last 7, 8, 10 years, there are 70-80% good cinema happening. Right now, and I'm very proud to say there's a film got released last 2 weeks back. I'm sure from your end you will acknowledge it next year. There's no casting, there's 3 kids, just 3 small kids, and very raw, low budget film. I went to theatre to watch that film. Yesterday I came to know it was Sunday, all shows are going full. So my point is cinema is happening. What is, I think what we are missing right now or we have missed, which we should look because of we tried but we couldn't get Bangladesh or Bengal as a market, which it didn't happen as a market size. We got stuck in West Bengal, only in West Bengal. We couldn't market the film internationally, where I believe that we are 6th largest speaking language in the world. And I've just done a show, Khaki.
Of course.
Because all the main actors are from Bengal, but that show has been like first day. They were saying the streaming was so high because of the Bengali connect. So we have that. Our minus point that we really couldn't market our film the way we should have done commercially. But another one thing you have to understand that we are from the family of Ray, Ghatak and Sen. So that is a psyche thing for us that whether we go more into commercial or whether we go more into intellectual. So I am a person who wants to always balance this commerce and intellectual. But inside, like Marathi or Malayali, they have we are intellectuals. So to prove that we are intellectuals, somehow you miss the commercial element. So I really want to always say that I think I keep my hope that our next generation should take Bengali cinema because that's you told right, very rightly said that Now things are happening if the film is in Bengali or the film is in Marathi or the film is in Malayali, people are there to watch it because of the new platform. So I think this is a wonderful, great time for us to, we are really creating some good, very good films now, which might not be a very big box office, but those are really good cinema, like any other states are doing. But we are not doing that because we don't believe that kind of a cinema. You have to understand. We can do a Chokher Bali, but we will not be able to do something which is big, larger, something.
Like a Bahubali.
I don't know name, but I'm saying we will not be, our directors will not be able to conceive that. You have to have faith, right? Like Raghu Dagat is a big film. My Devi Chaudharani is a big film, but again, it's a literature. So every state or every people have a different art. So I think people are watching, huge number of people, and all the films are doing very good now. But only your question is that we are not able to market. We want to do films which is larger than life, maybe, or something which will cater for the larger audience. So I think let's see, let's hope for the best. We are trying with Devi Chaudharani, which is releasing very soon.
Shubhrajit Mitra.
Yeah, so that's the film which we thought of doing it at a little bigger scale because it has a history. It's not a film, it's again a history, and written by none other than Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. So I think that is one film. Even Dev's Raghu Dakat is a big film, with, in a way, again a period film. So I think these films we are trying to do, but keeping our own legacy, sensibility. Because even Jeet is trying. I know Jeet is starting a film which he announced, again a historical film. So I think these we are trying to get into that little wider zone, and but I completely deny that we are going through a bad time. I've seen worst because in 40 years I had seen every 10 years up and down, up and down. It's just like small bridge and it happens everywhere. No industry, no personal life can run very smoothly कि मुझे यहाँ से start करना वहाँ पहुँचना है. It's always like a small bridge, culvert. It will come, go down, again you have to take it up.
So everybody knows that you're this pan-Indian OTT star, film star, all of that. But before that, let me take you back to the time when you acted in David Dhawan's Andhya, and you
That was a wonderful time.
unfortunately said no to Sajan and Maine Pyar Kiya, all those kind of films. But more than that, I want to know, like, you were shooting with Mumtaz and you were shooting with. So what was the movie industry then in the late 80s? Bombay. How?
You know better than me.
No, you tell me as an actor.
No, you see, for me, honestly speaking, because of my dad, Bombay was never been a very, like, people say, "Na, you coming to Bombay." So we have been in Juhu, because of my grandfather, we had to really go back. Otherwise, me and my sister, we were studying in Bombay. So, and my father was, my father from 1960 is still, he's a Bombay person. So, but for me, my Bengali film, as I was talking, my Bengali cinema and my audience, my Bengali audience, had given me, as you know, I've struggled a lot, right? Like any other newcomer. I think I am an actor. I never drove a car and went to studio for asking. I used to go in bus, in tram, in rickshaw. So once I got my Amar Shongi, once I got my that, a kind of a stardom, and that is not only me, it's my audience, my director, my producers, they started depending on me. The day I thought, now they have started depending on me, though I was maybe 25. I never thought that I'm going to leave Kolkata. And if you see the history of Indian cinema also, people had come and worked in Bombay, but they haven't left their own. Even after Ek Duje Ke Liye, Kamal sir haven't left his. He came and did. So I always thought if I get a chance, I'll come and work, but I will not leave my Bangla. Because to even do 350 films in one language as a hero, it's It's not
Important.
my credit. It's my mother's blessing, it's my audience blessing, it's my God's blessing, and my director, producer, technicians' love and support. Otherwise, no human can do 350 films in one language and be there for last 40 years. So whatever I think, whatever I've got is more what I should get. I mean, एक होता है ना ये, this is my capacity where God has given more. So that's the reason I was never like I have to come to Bombay and do this. It really never. So now my point was when I started Adhiya, it was like I was doing Pehlaji's one Bengali film called Mandira. And one day Pehlaji came to my hotel and said, यार तू इतना अच्छा डांस कर लेता है, तू इतना अच्छा डायलॉग बोलता है, तेरा परफॉर्मेंस इतना अच्छा, यू आर लाइक, मैंने कहा हाँ तो क्या है, तू तो कमर्शियल हीरो है, हाँ तो कमर्शियल हीरो तो हूँ मैं, मेरे पास एक सब्जेक्ट है डेविड कर रहा, मुमताज जी को मैं वापस लेकर आ रहा हूँ, यू सी एंड यू डू। आई सेड पहलाजी मेरे को करना नहीं है, नहीं 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 यू डू इट। सो दैट ऑल्सो आई वॉज नॉट वेरी सीरियस, आई जस्ट डिड Adhiya. It was appreciated, and working with Mumtaz auntie was like, I used to hear the story of my dad, Shatru uncle, and she's one of the sweetest person to work with. Like, so that was, and again a very different
Environment.
environment. Again, in 80s, no vanity in that way, you know. Again, a very, very, and Pehlaji, David, even Shatru uncle, Poonam auntie. I still say Shatru uncle and Poonam auntie. So they were like, I used to have sununs and I used to have a suite permanently. But I was not supposed to be there after 8:39. I was young, na? I used to go down, swim, do my gym. They used to do sit and chill there. I wrote in my book also. But you know, when I used to come back to my room, I saw Poonam auntie used to keep little flower in my small, जैसा होता है ना, we carry God with us. So I think that is something I really miss. That I miss. I mean, I try to do those things, but life has changed. The lifestyle has changed. Maybe the because of the social media things have changed. We can communicate in a very different way. But I think that is one thing. Even in studio, I still remember I was shooting for a film, Virta. I used to come at 10 o'clock. One day, Jaya Prada ji, she came and with Prosenjit ji, I know I've been seeing that you come at right time and we are waiting. The camera will not roll before 2. Even initially I used to do because I'm also from regional industry. But यहाँ पे ना आप आराम से आइएगा बेचारा. Then I directed Jaya ji in a film, in Bengali film.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was a wonderful lady. So I
So some 40 Bollywood heroines have worked with you, Vijayta Pandit,
all.
and so many, you know,
I
Neela.
think only Madhuri ji I couldn't work. Otherwise, I have worked mostly that time all Farah,
Yeah, correct.
Juhi, all Neelam. All
Yeah. Some 40 girls. I remember I was reading somewhere some 40 Bollywood girls have acted with you. But tell me, you know, I mean, even about your dad. Your dad was supposed to play Guru Dutt's role in Bhootnath in Sahib Bibi or Gulam, but something happened. But then, of course, your father went to do these iconic films like Kohra and Bisal Baad and all of that. Did he tell you about any of his experiences? You know, something interesting? Like, obviously, up to the 70s with Kehte Hai Mujhko Raja and all that, he was, I mean, great music by R.D. Burman. I remember that particular film. But did he tell you stuff of, like some piece of advice that he given you that has stayed with you?
So my father still says that I feel very proud when people say, he will never say, even after my Jeshtu Putru or Sheshpada, he will go and watch it and he will say, you're very good, you have made us proud, you are now a father figure of a Bengali film industry. But he really feels good when somebody from Bombay says, आपका बेटा जुबली में बहुत अच्छा काम किया, आपका बेटा, he is a Bombaya.
He wants you to do more Hindi stuff.
He always wanted me to come and do Hindi film. So, and I really couldn't do it or I didn't take it serious. So I think today he's enjoying this, my decision or this trip as a father. He feels really proud when he calls me. You know, I met somebody and he was saying good things about you, you're doing. So this is, so he feels that my son now is getting into national. So that's, and About my dad, I think, yeah, he was a huge fan of Dilip Kumar and Uttam Kumar. And, my dad was a fan, then co-actors and all. So he used to always tell me, if you don't want to see my film, don't watch. You should always watch Dilip Kumar and Uttam Kumar. So I think they were he's to, like the way I was talking about Soumitra Gaku or Mr. Bachchan. So yeah, and I've heard a lot of stories. I was blessed that I have a picture, in fact, when my dad was doing Mere Sanam. Have you seen that video which became viral 3-4 years back? In IFI, uh, I was been asked from different region, they give honors. So I think 3 years back, I went there and they were giving me honor and I saw Ashaji sitting. So when the minister gave me the honor and he asked me to say a few lines, I said thank you, this and that. And I said, if you give me permission, I want to sing 2 lines for Ashaji. Then I sang that Pukarta Chala Hoon Main.
Oh, wow.
And that became viral and Ashaji was literally
Blushing.
blushing. So it's like, so my dad always says that he's very happy and yeah, I've seen his lot of good work. But for me, my dad's best film, but I think in Hindi or there are super duper hit film, Bisalwad, Kohra, Mere Sanam, Do Kaliyan. But I think his one film which was done called Rahagir is one of his best performances. He's a too good looking man. So, too good looking. So, but as an actor, I think Rahagir, which I personally feel that that's his best.
You mentioned struggle. I remember, there was a period in your life in Kolkata when you were doing the rounds, like you said, going by bus, tram, all of that. There was also a period where you were strained. There was sort of an estrangement with your father because he had remarried and gone off to Bombay. That phase, if you look back today, is there anything you would have done differently or wish differently it had happened?
Quite obvious, Jitesh. Because when a boy is around 19, 20, 21, your reaction will be different. When you grow with time and with your maturity, with your thoughts. So, me as a person will react on your something right now in a different way. Maybe 20 years back, I will react in a different way. Which I always say, experience, your age, your maturity, thoughts about life changes. So maybe 20, 30 years or 40 years back, my emotion was different. I used to feel that, no, my dad shouldn't have done it. When today, when I sit in that chair and say, maybe he was right, maybe I was wrong. So I all told him that now we are friends. So because that entire, perception changes. When you go through your life, your own life, you start learning. This is life. When I was 20, that was not life. So now I see in a different way. Maybe that was necessary for him. Maybe for me it was wrong. But for him it was important. So he chose that. That time I felt, no, he shouldn't have done this. But now I feel maybe that has saved his life. So who are we to judge? My thing is very simple. We are human being, and end of the day, we all are human beings. So we don't have any rights to judge anybody. Let's not judge. It is
We can't afford to judge, no?
we judge. That's only what we do. We judge somebody. But do we have rights to judge somebody? Only judgment. Some power is there, they can only do it. We are not there to judge anybody.
I I read an interview long back of yours where you said you've been married and all of that, and you said I was a
I
bad
didn't say I'm married. I am married.
married several
I
times.
celebrate my marriage. Yeah.
And you said that you were a bad husband. Is that true? At any point of time?
You know, a year, the firm I was doing with, it was produced by Jeet. So I went for a, I don't know I can name the brand or not. So I was there with a mobile brand for co-branding of the firm, and I was carrying my mobile and my mobile chip. So in the first, when the audience was there, what I told you know, that was viral. Without anything, I just said that in last 25 years I changed my three, marriage got changed, but my mobile number has not changed. So I am of that kind. If you read my Bengali book, I've written everything. So what I wanted to really say, I'm not a bad husband in a way it should be. Like nobody has blamed me, but as a husband, whatever I should have done towards my wife, maybe because of my work, nothing else. Again, I'm saying because of my work, I couldn't do justice. So they have every rights to leave me. If I, if my first marriage, so I didn't understand. It was like Prithvi Chauhan. One day, fine morning, Debashree
But you
came
all
in.
were an iconic team.
But suddenly she came and told me, I have to marry you. You have to marry me in 48 hours. And I was Prithvi Chauhan. Yeah, I have to marry. So, but I have never blamed anybody, and I said, it is not good, bad, and ugly. Two human beings, once you realize that we can't stay together, we should be friends and we should talk to each other and get separated. But yes, as a father also I'm saying, I'm not a bad father. But I have not done the kind of thing which maybe other people can do. That's my, not because I've purposely not done. You know, sometimes it happens that there is a tour planned, some ऐसा कोई काम आ गया ना, मतलब that they realize. The people who will not realize will think that I'm doing it purposely. But I couldn't fly with them. Maybe I've joined later on. So in our life, there are some kind of a priority which comes. And it is very difficult to think this is priority or that is priority. So for me, sometime 80% time that became my priority, which is my work, nothing else. So there, sometime, you know, when I felt that this is not working, maybe it's hurting, everybody's a human being. So I said, maybe I'm not a good husband.
What is your take on relationships? Like what, like to now when you look back, you are you like friends with your ex-wives? Are you like what would you tell yourself? Is there anything you've done?
All ex-wives are not same, right? Because I don't have one ex-wife. So all are not same. With the people who are friendly, I'm friendly.
Huh.
The people who are not friendly, I'm not friendly. But I have no egos. And as you have seen a lot of interviews, in all my interviews, not only because I'm divorced, I always say when we started our career, if you see it's underlined, I always said in our time, Taposh and Debashree was the finest actor we have in our Bengali cinema, which I still say. Debashree and Taposh Pal was the finest actor-actress we had at that point of time. So, yeah, even I have a huge respect for Debashree with my ex-wife. We are friendly. We are not friendly that we are going to party every day. When something is needed, I'm there. So that is okay. And for me, the relationship is, you know, again, I'm coming to that same. When people start judging, and I think now I will say the right, we have to think about the expectation. We sometimes think this is what I'm expecting, that there things goes wrong. So if you do something without a expectation, then you will feel always good. If you have that expectation, it is for husband, wife, in any kind of relationship. When the expectations start dominating you, then you go into a lot of, I think you go into that ego trip problem, then, and honestly speaking, I never had that kind of a fight with anybody. When I thought it is too much, we discussed and very nicely, calmly, very properly, we partied. And people never knew that we are partying. It just came out. And I'm a person who, in my whole of my life, I've never covered up anything. I had nobody can say this is something you have covered. Open, ये है, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. I was doing a television show for Z, where me and Rachana, we were the host, and the show concept was to find out the best couple. The opening show, in my opening, वो होता ना थोड़ा बड़ा लंबा. So my Z people came and said, we had Bumba with us. This has been, we have done the research. We have taken, he's the best man to host this show. My first dialogue on camera was, I don't know how this thing happened, even after divorcing, 2 divorce and getting 3rd marriage. I don't know how, but people have expected me. I mean, people wants to see me as a lover. What do I do?
You have a daughter from your previous marriage. You have a son. Do they like? Are you a democratic father? Like your son is now trying to is going to be an actor. I don't know what your daughter does, but what is the kind of advice that they seek from you? Or do they say, no, dad, you're too old fashioned. We don't want any advice from you.
They doesn't say because they have been seeing that lot of, for them, the people they look upon, not me. There are a lot of people that they say they are the way I thought is Amitabh Bachchan. They also have an Amitabh Bachchan with them. So when they see that those people come to this man's place and take some kind of an advice, they feel, ye aadmi ka to kuch to hai. So that they doesn't feel. But yeah, generation gap is one thing. But for me, Jitesh, honestly speaking, 2 things is very clear. Professionally, it's not because I haven't got. I will not do something for my son to launch him or to do something. I can guide him. That is his hard work and his destiny he has to do. I can give all kind of a guidance, not maybe me. I can ask my friend, they all love me, to guide him. But I am not a father who will going to launch anybody, or if he wants to be an actor, he has to just do like any other young upcoming actors. Then it is his luck. That I'm not going to do. That's for sure. And I advise one thing, I don't know, believe me, I'm saying, whatever profession, you are into one profession, I'm into one profession, I want to be remembered, kahin pe bhi, after even 25, 30 years, I'm not there. People should say that, ये आदमी was not bad, yaar. I don't want to say people should talk about me that he was a good man. इतना तक भी बोल दिया ना कि this man was not bad. At the end of the day, he was a good man. I think that is the biggest blessing I can get. So I teach my son that try to be you don't have to be a very good human being. Be a good human being. People should remember you as a person. And what is your contribution in this world? Do you have any contribution in 40 years or 50 years or 70? You have to think, I have contributed, maybe something, but you have to think what you can contribute. These are the 2 things which I teach. Otherwise, they teach me. Today's generation, you have to accept it. Yeah. They teach, they know much better because of this
social media.
Google. You can't help it.
Tell me, you've seen so much success. How come it's not gone to your head? Like, I've seen a lot of stars. I mean, some of them are acting 24/7, but I've seen that you're pretty, like, one can talk to, which I don't think you can talk to people of your generation, like a one-on-one. How did you not let success go to your head? एक ego आ जाता है. People are too full of in this profession. I've seen them just too full of themselves. How did you maintain?
Shouldn't ask me all this, knowing me for years. Yeah.
No, but
Maybe
how
I've
do you
come for your interview?
How do you maintain that?
It is not maintain. Yeah. Believe me, on my
Is
mother's
it easy?
day, you know,
Is it easy?
my only emotion is my mother. You know that very well. My God is there, Loknath Baba, and my mom. Nobody can be. I mean, today I'm sitting with you, talking to you. This is for my mom. So I'm telling you, it is nothing. My point is very simple. When I was even 20, 21, 19, 18, and with time, of course, the maturity has come up. But my point is very simple. You are working, I am working, somebody who's working in a bank, somebody is working in a, everybody is there to work. We are only blessed that people had seen us. Even my technicians who are working with me on the floor, maybe 200 people. Everybody has a equal contribution. Only your plus point that people had seen you. If you work in a bank, people want to that कि मैं आज assistant manager हूँ, उससे मैं manager बनूंगा, उसके बाद मैं regional head बनूंगा, है ना ambition तो. I also wanted to become a. I was a junior actor. I'd done 2 scene, 3 scene in film. I wanted to become an actor. Then from there I wanted to become a star. That's my profession. But what is the difference? I am paying income tax. I am paying a professional tax. What is the difference between me? Suppose everybody talks in Bumba is very punctual. Of course, I have learned from Mr. Bachchan. But tell me, if I am working in Filmfare and your time is at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, can I come at 12:30? You will throw me out. Then as an actor, why should not I come on my set? Because there are other 200 people waiting for me. And I am paid for that. Actors only plus point, people know you. Just like players. People know your face. But it's not, it is just like any other profession, I'm telling you. And every profession has to be respected equally. So my life is very simple. If you're going to a public place, people will know you, people will come to you, people will. Sometimes you need some kind of a privacy.
Space.
You know, I've stopped going to the restaurant in Calcutta, in any 5-star hotels in Calcutta. You ask me why? 80% people, when I come with my family, not I don't go with my friends and outside, they comment because maybe he was a kid when he used to watch my film. Dada, this is from my side. Yeah, after a certain time I said I will not go. They're not taking money from me. It happens in Bombay also. 80% of the chefs are Bengali. They come to know that I'm in the restaurant. And it gives me tears in my eyes that I am not supposed to get this. They come with a vision. This is from our side, Dada. You have come to our restaurant. It happens in Bombay also. I stopped. It doesn't take money from me. Even I go to London or Toronto or anywhere, 80% driver, I call a taxi, I'll find a Bengali. Dada, it's from my side. I said, yeah. So if you see, why I'm saying this, it's not from that. It is a, not even a blessing. Blessing is a small word. For a human being to get this kind of a love, it is not stardom. Stardom is a very small word for this. It is much more than that. I still remember when Sachin, my dad was doing a cricket show. So, no, sorry, Gavaskar ji came. So I was around 17, 18. My dad said, you should be with Gavaskar. When he gave me his purse, he Prosenjit rakho na thoda sa. He wanted to. I said, sir, I'm carrying Gavaskar's purse. So, this is not blessing, this is not stardom, it's much, 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 much more. When you have to have something extraordinary blessing, then only you can achieve this. It doesn't happen. So who am I to say that I'm a star or what? So much I have learned from Mr. Bachchan. Believe me, I'm not joking. This also I tell to my son. I've seen this aadmi ko, if he works also, somebody, he goes back. Somebody namaskar kiya, he will go back and say good morning. As a human being, you're not getting something which you have achieved. God has given you this. Somebody is recognizing you, somebody is greeting you, somebody wants to have a picture with you. It just doesn't happen. God is there, He can say कि ये 3 साल हो गया तुम्हारा, chapter खत्म. I have been doing it for 40 years.
It's amazing. I can't even wrap my head around that. It's amazing.
I mean, you tell me na, it is not easy. It is not me I'm doing it. It's something else.
A larger force that makes.
So how do I claim myself? I am doing this.
How do you stay away from the politically charged atmosphere of Calcutta? I think you're the only actor who stayed
I
away
love them.
from from.
I love them. They love me.
Yeah, everybody loves you, but how have you stayed away from politics?
Because I only know acting. I can't do what you are doing from last so many years. It's a very hard thing. Journalism is not easy. How many years you have been doing?
25.
Have you started acting?
No.
My camera dada has been doing this. Every have a very separate profession. I can't be doing something like you. And you also can't, suddenly you can criticize me. You can't act like Prosenjit. I'm better. So how do I do a politics? I'm not a politician here. And believe me, I can't do that.
But they must be forcing you, cajoling you.
They love me. Yeah, that they have been doing and now they know. I'm there. Anything related with my Bengali cinema, I'm there with them. They know very well now. I made it very clear. Anything for my Bengali cinema, something good, call me at 2 o'clock in the night. I'm there. Otherwise, let me remain as a brother, as a well-wisher. You people are serving for people and we are entertaining people. Both are served. They are serving politically, we are serving my lakhs people. We are entertaining. That's also important in life, right?
Superb. Bumba, if there's anything looking back at your career or life or what, if there's anything that you would have done differently or anything that you would have done all over again, what would it be?
Career wise, as I told you, I really don't see, again, it's not, yes, there has to be some calculation, there has to be some discipline, but I think in a way, very gracefully I have taken my career. I'll say the gracefully. But yeah, I will not specify the thing, but as you were mentioning about it, and I'm very open about it, maybe 40 years back or 30 years back, I would have taken my personal life a bit serious and would have tried to, I'll say, happen better. Otherwise, I don't regret about anything because I know one thing very clear, Jitesh, that when I stand, and that's my regular habit, to stand in front of mirror and ask what you have done right, what you have done wrong. So 99.9% I get answer that you have not done anything wrong, and which I can tell that I have not done wrong. That's my power of myself, my inner. So if I have not done wrong, what will, so, and that is the only place I think I can, I think because of my age, because of my passion, my ambition, those were dictating me. Maybe I could have gone back and take it little seriously to make everybody happy. I made larger audience happy. Maybe my own people, I couldn't make them happy. That's the reason they left me.
Beautiful. So Kaka Babu, Lalon, Bose, autograph, I forget your names in autograph, and Arun Chatterjee, Boishe Shraban, all of this. Is there one character that has stayed with you and why?
Lalon is number one, honestly speaking, because as you know, Lalon, I never thought that Gautam Da kind of a director will come and give me a character like Lalon Fakir. One is, it's not at all a heroic role. It's a 17th century character. And as you know, Baul started with that man. So, and I'm talking about 15 years back. I was absolutely in that hero zone. I told Gautam, the why me? No, I know it's not you, but I need your eyes. Because he was like a bit of, he was a fakir, he was gifted thing. So I was 9 months into that, not character. I left staying with my family. I didn't sign any check for 9 months. I was inside a room with all those, 2, 3 more bowls with me. I made akra. So, and Lalon is very importantly why I'm saying it is like somewhere you have the philosophy of life. So I will not say after Lalan I have changed my philosophy. End of the day, we all are human beings. But there are a lot of things in my life I've learned. And the bestest thing which I've learned that whatever comes on your way, don't react. Wait for the right time. So his philosophy was superb. His lines are still read. And so Lalon, after doing Lalon, for a quite long time it was with me and singing so many songs with a lot of inner meaning. So that, and I've learned that, Aktara, that dance and everything. My hair was so long, beard was so long. So I think Lalon was one, and of course Bose and Srijit's another film which also took little time was Jatishwar. Especially the, not Antony Firingi, but the other character, Kushal Hazra. Again, it was a psyche kind of a character, which I think I didn't get any reference for that character. And last was, of course, Otonu Sheshpata. Really, it was again,
also very.
it was physically, mentally, you have to go into that deeper thing to, and I was doing Jubilee, the man with Roy Saab, and I was doing Sheshpata. It was like contrast. Total contrast.
When you were doing Jubilee, what? Okay, Himanshu.
Started before pandemic, no, but we've completed after
Correct.
pandemic.
But okay, say Himanshu Roy was a. But you didn't know much about that.
No, wrong. When Vikram came to Bombay, to Calcutta, and first time met me, in all his interviews, he said, when I started writing this character, I thought of Dada. That he told me. But when he uttered this two characters' name, I gave him my research paper to him. Because I was working on Devi Rani and this two character to do something on them. Not me as an actor. I was trying, because I have a habit, I know about South. I do research on AVM, I do research on Gemini, I do research on all stalwarts of Indian cinema. That's my, like, not only B. Sarkar. B. N. Sarkar is which we know, but I try to do from other regions. So I was working a bit on Himanshu Roy and Devaki Rani. So I knew about it a bit. So when he just told me, I said, I know quite a bit. And I was mostly excited, why? I'll tell you very honestly, I'm a huge fan of Guru Dutt. I'm a huge fan. I will say not fan is a very, and Vikram is also a huge fan of Guru Dutt. And if you see Jubilee, when he gave me those shots that coming inside that car in the studio and that shaft car, I used to literally hold him and cry like a baby that what kind of a shot you are giving me. Because for me, Guru Dutt is like, he is inside my heart. I used to love him so much as an actor and as a director. When he started, when I went to the floor, he was trying to give some shots, which is again his way. He told me later on that he's also, in a way, is giving a tribute to. So those shots came now. I was like in tears, yeah. I never thought that you were going to give me this. Yeah, it happens again. It's all in your. I was like excited, especially that car shot. You remember that?
Yeah, it's full same Kagas ke Phool.
So I was like, I mean, good.
So Bumba, before I let you go, there's an audience here which wants to know stuff about you. They're all young fans of yours.
Great.
So shoot.
Hi Prosenjit. So you have done several films with Rituparna Sengupta and recently Sasurbari Zindabad also re-released in theatres. So what is the one thing about your chemistry that you think still captivates people?
Back, we did a film called Sasurbari Zindabad, and I think till today there is not a single Bengali marriage where that song is not been played that I can, and it's the highest, most reels happens nowadays with the Onamika this dialogue with my scene. So I'm thankful to SVF that and I was really touched to see that, when I saw the censor and after that when it gave UFO. So there's a technology change happened with Shashwari Zindabad, and it caters to the younger audience. I think for me and Ritu, I believe the chemistry and all is a very normal words. This always happens with any actor. It's not only your hero heroine. Chemistry has to work inside the set with your technician brothers also. But for me, I think our hard work and Prosenjit Rituparna has been made by the audience, because I think there is no record that even we haven't worked for around 14 years. Then also when we came back with Prakton, a morning 8 o'clock show was full. So it is audience who made Prosenjit Rituparna, not us.
I love Prakton, and especially that song. Tumi ja
Ki bhalo ba-
Oh, it's a
on
beautiful song. It's a lovely film also.
Hi Prosenjit. My question is currently in film industry there has been talks going around working hours. What is your take on that and how do you balance your mental and physical well-being?
Well, recently I had just completed one shoot in Calcutta where mm, I don't want to say my age, but yeah, but I'm 60 plus, which is there in Wikipedia. So I don't want to hide also. So there was a circumstance for that. I had started my shoot in the morning 8 o'clock and went out from the set next day morning 10 a.m. So I think it is all the requirement of your, honestly speaking, 12 to 14, not 14, 12 hours should be good for an actor to give his best. But there are circumstances for the producer, for the director, for the even technical reason, for the weather, for the climate. So for the somebody's date adjustment, sometimes we need to work a bit. But I think uh, we should not bind. We people who are the actors, even get a gap and a space for ourselves in between shots. But I always feel that the technicians who comes on the floor with the light or with other equipments, they are on the floor in their standing in on the legs for around 12 hours, 14 hours, 18 hours, 19 hours. They doesn't get a gap, especially the camera department. Even directorial department gets a gap. Camera department doesn't get a gap. So what happens to them? They're also human beings. So I think it's all need.
So you recently made your ramp debut at the Lakme Fashion Week. How was the experience and what inspired you to take it up?
Well, yeah, I have been like, what do I say? Even after so many years, I've been like few years back. My debut was Jubilee in OTT, so it was a ramp debut, but it was a really emotional thing. It was nothing very planned. You will believe me, it's a very pride moment that there was a Bengali designer, Abhishek. There was first Bengali designer got a chance in Lakme Fashion Week, and it was a very personal request. It was nothing to do any commercial. That this is the first Bengali designer coming on a national platform. I told him I want to come. I came for few hours, and I worked just to see my Bengal into national platform, and especially for Abhishek.
Hi, Prosenjit. What is your secret to looking so young and remaining so fit? And what's your diet?
So this is a very normal question for me. How you maintain yourself, how you diet, what you do. I don't know, but my first answer is I'm paid for that to maintain myself because my producer pays me. They pays me and I work. So it's my one of my important duty to maintain myself physically, mentally. I should be relaxed. I should be not stressed. I should do my exercise. I should eat properly. So that's my part of my profession, I say. And secondly, as a normal human being also, I say that health is something which is very important for anybody. It's not for actors, but everybody. So for that, take proper food, don't take stress, try to avoid which you can. I'm not going to be very specific. Avoid junk food, of course I can say that. And best thing is that you should have ambition, but sometimes over ambition also gives you a lot of stress. Don't take that stress. Be happy what God has given to you. Egg white, egg white.
He lives on egg whites and quinoa and nothing else.
And black
coffee. So thank you. It's really been a privilege speaking to you, Bumbada, and here's to 40 more years of magic at the movies.
No, thank you. It was a
Thank you
long,
so
long
much.
due, and it's a wonderful time we have spent.
Thank you so
Hopefully
much.
people will like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.